Yeah. Supposed to have a
mashup.
That's how you make two. You make it in 50 cent. Nick!
I remember when you used to love me, you used to kiss and hug me. I look into your eyes and get lost for a day. You love me's what you told me, all that time I let you hold me. How I ain't feel you slipping away.
You were my sun, you were my earth. You didn't know all the ways I loved you. No, you took a chance, made all the plans.
Yeah!
But I bet you didn't think that they would come crashing down. No,
Go on!
you don't have to say what you think. I already know. I know that love is don't make me sad about it. Told me you love me, why did you leave me all alone? Like tell me you need me, then you call me on the phone. Girl, I refuse, you must have me confused. Some other guy,
Yeah!
they just go burn. Now it's your turn to cry. What if they say that something's not better left unsaid? If I was mad, you only talk to him and you know it. Don't act like you don't know it. All of these things people told me keep messing with my head. Should have picked honesty, then you may not have known it. I have to say that you did all the time. No chance, don't it make you sad about it? Told me you love me, why did you leave me all alone? All alone. Tell me you need me, and you call me on the phone. Girl, I refuse, you must have me confused. Some other guy, not like them, baby. They just go burn, now it's your turn. Your turn, cry, I'll be a river. Find me a river.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Find me a river.
Yeah, let it go ahead and cry, man.
Find me a river.
Go on, cry.
Find me a
Whitney.
river. Find me a river.
Go ahead and cry.
Find me a river.
Mess up your mascara and all
Find
that
me a
stuff.
river.
Very expensive makeup. 50 Cent. If you know what I know, you know. You ain't gotta say a word. Gun in the dark, come to light. I'm finna kick you to the curb. You smile all up in my face. Girl, you got a lot of nerve. Situation so absurd. You ain't special, you's a bird. So shit and get the dough. You ain't welcome me no more. Ain't no sex and you cry. Girl, you know I know you lying. You mistake me for a fool. Thinking I'ma stay with you. First, give me back my jewels. Bitch, I ain't playing with you.
Don't have to say what you did. I already know. Told me you love me, why did you leave me all alone? Like tell me you need me, then you call me on the phone. Girl, I refuse, you must have me confused. Some other guy, they just go burn. Now it's your turn. Cry, I'll be a river. I'll be a river. I'll be a river. You can go on it to I'll be a river. I'll be a river. I'll be a river. I'll be a river.
Yeah.